All right, thanks everyone for joining this session. It's all about questions and answers related to careers in cloud computing and or cybersecurity. If you've joined this session before, the first session I talked about myself. You can look at my LinkedIn and kind of see a profile of, where I've worked, certifications in both cloud computing and cybersecurity. And like I always like to mention, please note that these sessions, any opinions, ideas, any opinions or ideas are mine and not that of my employer. Okay. This is strictly my thing. Okay, not related to AWS or Amazon. With that said, before you ask your questions, here's a few things I wanted to let everyone know. Right. When it comes to choosing a career in cloud computing or cybersecurity, right? Some of you are joining this session because you're looking to move from to switch from other careers into cloud computing or cybersecurity. The first thing you want to do, and I'm going to start here with cloud computing, is think about the platform that you want to start with. Okay, there are many cloud providers out there today, right? And my biggest recommendation is, I'm in the United States, right? And if you are in the United States as well, my recommendation is, and this is not because maybe I work at Amazon or I work at AWS or anything like that. It's just public information, right? The biggest cloud computing provider, I'm sure many of you know here, is AWS, right? And as a result, there are many, many job openings in AWS, right? When you know about AWS cloud platform, the chances are higher, right, for the more open positions out there. So if you're getting started, you're in the United States. I'm not sure. I don't know about other countries where AWS is. I know some countries have, Azure as what's the most popular, but here in the United States, it's AWS. Start with AWS. Okay. Start with AWS. Start with the cloud practitioner certification. All right. And then once you get the cloud practitioner, and I say cloud practitioner if you don't have any previous IT experience, right? So cloud practitioner, start with that, and then from there, move towards getting your AWS Solutions Architect Associate. Okay, move towards getting your AWS Solutions Architect Associate. The certifications, especially if you don't have experience, they make you stand out. Okay, I know there's this big debate out there, experience or certifications. Both, right? The simple answer is both. But if you don't have experience, if you're coming from another background, the arts, nursing, psychology, name it, other engineering fields, and you're looking to get started in cloud computing and cybersecurity, and you don't have any experience in cloud computing or cybersecurity, certifications will make you stand out. Okay. And when you think about going for certifications, always keep your mind focused on one thing. A lot of people do this. I see this almost every time, right? You're trying to get your cloud computing certification. You're trying to get your cybersecurity certification. You're trying to get your Scrum Master certification. You're trying to get your business analyst certification, if those even have any certifications. You're trying to get your data analyst nano degree. So you're doing a bunch of things at the same time. That is not recommended. Okay? And when you do this, you find yourself, sometimes procrastinating too much, right? Not getting things done. When you focus on one thing, I'm just going to focus on cloud for now. Okay, maybe I'll go into cloud security later on or cybersecurity later on, right? I'm just going to focus on cloud right now. And here are the steps that I'm going to follow. Okay, I'm not gonna listen to any noise out there. Okay, no matter how, what's the right word, how catchy it sounds, how flashy it looks, right? I'm just gonna focus on one thing and try to get this done, and start looking for a job in this field. Okay. Um, where's the link to my article? Let me share this article with you. Um, I don't know, for some reason, every week I'm always saying, I need to have this link ready to just. So I have an article that some of you might have seen. Okay. Um, let me put it in the chat for everyone to see. Okay, and put it in the chat for everyone to see. I've also compiled a video of success stories from people who have used the article. Okay, from people who have used the article. So if you're that person today, you're like, I'm so confused. There's so many things out there. Like, I don't even know, this person comes with this training, that person comes with that training. Like, where do I even start? Right? I need a roadmap. I need a guideline. Look at that article. It contains all the resources that helped me, right, to get into cloud. I was first in cybersecurity. My background is in computer networks and security. And then, with all of the buzz around cloud and all that, I got into cloud, and today I work at AWS. But again, if you're just joining, please know that this is not sponsored, or any ideas, opinions here are totally mine, okay, and not that of AWS or Amazon. Okay, just putting that disclaimer out there. All right, now what else? So yeah, focus, focus, focus. Have a plan that you're following. Occasionally I do teach weekend classes, intensive weekend classes, but I'm moving away from live intensive weekend classes. I'm personally working on-demand courses, teaching. For many of you that have seen my YouTube video, you see my passion when when I'm, my, how do I say it? When I'm teaching, you see how much I express my, I don't know what word to use, but I have a passion for teaching. Let's just say that, right? And I like to make technical concepts easy to understand. Okay. So before I used to do live classes, 6 days intensive and all that, but I'm moving to on-demand courses. I'm working on the videos right now. But the main idea here, before I open up for question and answers from all of you, is keep that article, print it out if you want to. Watch this, look at the success stories on there, and hopefully that gives you some motivation to stick to this. Okay, I know when you're on LinkedIn, when you're on other social media sites, Discord and anything, and you join different types of groups, you hear different types of things, right? You start with cloud computing, and then you go into software development, and then you go here. Don't do that. Just focus on one thing. Cloud is huge. Cloud is very huge, right? And if you have a database background, you have a networking background, all of that can apply. Okay, all of that can apply, right? You can get into cloud and focus on being a database cloud specialist. Okay, you know about the database services provided by cloud providers, and cloud providers can actually employ you just for that. Okay, they have special teams called specialists. So don't worry, don't think, oh, I have a database background. How does that apply? It applies so much to cloud. Okay, oh, I have a networking background. How does that apply to cloud? In fact, having that is actually one of the things that can make you stand out. Okay, when it comes to applying to jobs, right? You're coming from a specific field in networking and databases and all that. All of that applies in cloud today, right? Machine learning. A lot of software developers become solutions architect. I'm a solutions architect, right, at AWS, right? So that's that. Focus on one thing before you move into other areas. For me, what I recommend, and you don't have to do this, right? From cloud computing, to cloud security, right? And that's why I also created that Telegram channel. If you're not part of that Telegram channel, join that Telegram channel. I guess I can say today it's one of the biggest Telegram channels in cloud computing, right? Specifically for cloud computing and cybersecurity. I don't know. I think sometime today I'm gonna hit 10,000 subscribers on that Telegram channel. So join that Telegram channel. I have mentees that help me share quizzes. The cybersecurity part of the quizzes, I mostly do that. And also I'm looking for mentees, right? And talking about mentees, right? I have one that I've been mentoring as well. And just in under 2 years, he came from I believe, a sociology background, right? He took one of my life classes, and then he kept in touch with me, right? He would message me, all of the resources that I shared. He went through everything, and he would let me know, look, you said do this, you said do that. I did this, I did that. Guess what? He has a very big position today at AWS. He's a solutions architect, all right, making six figures. All right, I'm not gonna say his name because some of you might end up finding out who he is. If you're part of my close community here. But that's one story, right? At the end of the day, I hope I've made this clear enough. Please do not try to do many things at the same time. It's always good to have a mentor. I don't have to be your mentor, okay? Connect with people on LinkedIn. I know some of you ask me questions on LinkedIn. I don't have time to answer a lot of those questions, so this is the time here to ask your questions. And hopefully I get to as much questions as I can. Remember the article. Print it out if you have to. Follow it number by number, and before you know it, give yourself 6, 7 months, even a year. Okay, I have students or people who have watched my videos. It took them about a year. Okay, some of them have families, but they make sure to do something every day. Okay, no matter how busy you get, in a day, schedule at least 30 minutes and say to yourself, nothing is going to take this 30 minutes away from me. Okay, but you know what? Keep that 30 minutes consistent. Okay, keep that 30 minutes consistent. No matter how busy you get in a day, you have to take 30 minutes to go and study for whatever certification you're working on. Okay, that's that. I think I've been talking for a while now. It's 2:15, so let me leave the floor open for all of you to ask your questions. I know that's what probably most of you are here for. So, first person, who has questions for me today about careers in cloud computing and cybersecurity?
Hi.
Hi.
How do you tend to moderate this? Because I guess many of us would have questions. So if I may go first,
Yeah, go
can
first.
you hear
If
me?
I hear your voice first, go first. Yeah.
Okay, so my name is Kolade, and like you said, make up your mind to go into one thing and go all out.
Yeah.
So I made that decision sometimes around September last year.
Yeah.
I was going to go into cloud computing, and since then, of course, I focused on being a BS, so I was able to, because I needed to get everything right from background. So I went through cloud batch,
Nice.
and just last weekend I got my CSA as well.
Nice. Nice.
Okay, so now one thing I've seen repeatedly is the fact that okay, now you have certification and okay, fine. So what about how do you prove how do you prove that you can actually handle this is beyond just certification?
Mm.
So for somebody that has actually taken his time, that believes in his ability to be able to go through the rigors of getting certification,
Mm.
and of course you agree with me that CSA is not something you just scroll through and you get.
No.
So
No.
it takes a lot of so for somebody that has such an idea, and I was able to go through that, what would be the recommendation on how best you can actually get your get the requisite industrial experience so that at least hiring managers or recruiters won't just look down on your certification and see you or something you just
Yeah.
caught somewhere without even working for it. And the second one would be that okay, because I was going all out for cloud computing, I also scheduled Azure fundamentals, which I'm going to be writing in another 1 week plus. No, that's me trying to say that look, I want to explore this field as much as I can.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you think is the right approach to jump from one provider to the other? Is there going to be a leverage if you're able to do that? So, I think I have like two questions in one now. So, let's start with that first. Thank
Yeah.
you.
You're welcome. So, the first question is, how do you, um, great question. Now what I like to see first, right, is what your resume looks like after you've taken that certification, right? You
Okay.
have your cloud practitioner and your
CCP. Yeah.
solutions architect associate.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Have you seen my template resume? Are you there? Did we lose him? You might be on mute. But yeah, so
Okay, sorry. I just now I just saw the link you shared
yeah,
with the article. I guess the template comes with that as well, right?
yes,
There's
yes,
a template. Okay, so I've not seen it, so I will check in that maybe after. So as to yeah, so I've not seen it yet.
yeah. Okay, so in that article that I shared with everyone in the chat, I have a template resume in there. Okay, you need to be able to articulate the things you learned as you were studying for, the CCP and the CSA. For those that don't know, CCP is Cloud Practitioner and the CSA is Solutions Architect Associate. Okay, Certified Solutions Architect Associate. There's another A at the end. So you need to be able to articulate that and, explain some of the hands-on that you did. Okay, when it comes to cloud, right? Especially with that certification, which is the most popular AWS certification, right? You need to be able to talk through architectures, right? And the biggest one is think about you bringing an application into the cloud, okay? Maybe from on-prem or in a development or a test environment in your laptop. How can you get an application that you built locally into AWS, right? And when you say moving that to AWS, you're looking at putting that into production, okay? So again, it depends on the company. But what you want to focus on is you don't just want to, pass the certifications and just put one or two lines on your resume that solutions architect associate certified or cloud practitioner certified. Okay, you need to list you need to have like a section and you can title that hands-on projects and be ready to speak to those. Okay, usually recruiters um uh, or those that are interviewing you, the technical folks that are interviewing you, they're going to be asking questions based on what you have on your resume. Sometimes they'll go outside of that, right? And ask you about maybe other services here and there, right? But the key focus is we've seen your resume and there's a reason why we're bringing you in to interview you. Some people, they put a lot of things on their resume and they're not able to speak to it. And for those of you that have been following me, I'm usually very big on this, right? Because some people feel I can just, put anything on my resume and, it's just something to make me stand out, but I don't really know that thing. I can't say one or two things. You don't have to be an expert, right, on what you're putting in your resume, but at least be able to say one or two things about what you're putting on your resume. Because once they start asking you questions and you're not able to answer, say one or two things about what you're putting on your resume, it gives a different vibe, right? This person perhaps is, just doing this to get their way in, putting all this on resume to get their way in. Okay. But when you're able to speak to most, most of the things you have on your resume, there's a greater chance for considering you for that position. So at the end of the day, what I recommend for you is look at my template resume, right? And look at the hands-on project that I put in there. Okay, I can tell you how many people have used that resume, and those are some of the success stories you see in that video, in that article as well. Okay, so take a look at the resume. I recommend though, don't keep it exactly my format. Okay, there are many resume templates out there. Find a nice resume template out there, and then just put those similar skills on there. As long as you know that you know those skills. Okay, I have YouTube videos available. They're still relevant, although I think they're about a year or more old now. A lot of people are still using them. The UI on AWS might have changed, but if you follow carefully, you can figure it out. Okay, so my recommendation is take a look at my template resume and look at your current resume and see what's missing. And I'm very what's the right word there? Hopeful that when you make your resume look like mine, of course, put in only what you know. Okay. I always tell people, even if you look at the top of that template resume, do not lie on resumes. Don't cheat on exam. Don't buy exam dumps. You know, if you're honest and you're truthful in everything you do, you find great things come your way, and then you have that peace of mind, right? That you're doing things the right way. Um, so that's that. I hope that helps. Um, write out, be able to put in words, what you learned in those certifications, and I have done that in my template resume. I hope that will give you a starting point, if I may say. And also, I know this might sound big, but trust me, I've had students that have done this. They wrote an article. It is not hard to write an article. Some of you might be like, oh no, I don't want to write an article. It is not that difficult. Okay. For example, you can look at one of my YouTube videos, right, and write an article about it. That's what someone actually did, and I shared that person's article on my LinkedIn profile. Right, I recommended this to them. They wrote, I believe, 2 articles now, or one, right? And got tons of views and people saying in the comments and on the article, thank you. And I was able to, create what you wrote in your article. It's okay if someone have written that article before. You're someone else in another place. Okay, do the same thing. Write an article. Recruiters are looking at your LinkedIn profile. Oh, that brings me to one thing as well. LinkedIn profile, right? Make sure you have a LinkedIn. All right, have a LinkedIn account, create your profile, whatever you're learning every day. Okay, remember that 30 minutes I talked about earlier? Whatever you're learning, write a short post about it. Okay, write a short post about it. And as a long-term project, really, an article is something you can actually write in a week. Okay, just detail out, from a video you watch online, okay, about maybe EC2 or S3. And these are services in AWS, right? Write an article about that, okay, and post it on LinkedIn. Share it, tag me, so I can share it with all of the followers that I have as well. Okay, so that's that. I'll open the floor again for another question. I see some people raising hands. Just unmute your audio, and the next person is you can unmute and ask your question.
Hi.
Hi.
Sorry, you answered one of those questions. You don't answer the second one.
Okay, what's the second one?
So I spoke about Azure,
Azure.
like, and trying to mix those providers.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so where you are right now, what country are you in, if you don't mind me asking?
Okay, I'm in Rwanda currently.
Rwanda.
So
Do you know what's popular in
I
Rwanda?
speak Rwanda, Nigeria.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Our Amazon really,
Okay.
AWS.
Okay. So,
But I think Azure has more ground in Africa, especially
mm,
Nigeria, where I am.
okay. Okay. Uh, can you hear me?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
I can.
Okay. Go ahead. Yeah. Yeah. So, I think you cut off a little bit there, but I think I got your question. Yeah, Azure. So, what I recommend is it's good to be multi-cloud. Okay. To know two or three of. But again, at the end of the day, for me, to focus on one is better, right? And be very good at it. Okay. Sell yourself as AWS, expert, right? Once you get there, right? But slowly, you want to look for, if you're not coming from an IT background, don't, it's not like you're going to say, okay, you're an expert on day one, right? No. Just show that you're someone that's always willing to learn. Okay. Some people feel like when I go into a job, I need to, just sound like an expert on the first day. Most recruiters don't appreciate that, right? Especially when they start asking you questions and like, you're like, not knowing the answers. So focus on one for now, okay, and be good at it. All right, and that's AWS. Now, when you get a job, are you currently in an IT role or
No.
no?
I'm,
Okay,
I'm I'm trying to get into one.
exactly. So just do AWS for now, okay. Now you have your SA associate. Don't stop. Now start studying for the solutions architect professional. All right. And what I'm gonna advise you to put on your resume now is under your certifications. I know you probably have CCP, you have the solutions architect associate. Now put solutions architect professional, but put in progress. Okay. Put in progress.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, just as a recommendation, focus on AWS for now. And just start applying to jobs every day. Keep applying to jobs every day. You already have the certifications. Look at my template resume. See how you can mix it up with yours. And yeah, don't stop applying to jobs every day. But stick with AWS for now. And hopefully something should work out, in a couple of weeks or months. All right. Let me.
Can I ask my question or there's more people?
Yeah, go ahead. You can ask your question now.
Hi, how you doing?
Okay.
The last time I spoke to you was a few years back in Maryland.
Few years back.
So I remember I was trying to did my best to get into the cloud.
Yeah.
But the opportunity opened up for me in the cloud, opened up to me in the security tester field.
Nice.
So as a vulnerability tester. So and it's funny because they said like my resume tailored more to that than the cloud. So now I'm here. I mean, thank you for giving me this opportunity to ask a question. So how can is there an area in the cloud that I can come in as a security tester, as a configuration type of security assessment? I heard there is a cloud security or like cloud cybersecurity type of testing, where you actually come into the cloud environment as a like a security assessment to see if it's strong enough or there's any vulnerability, things like that.
Yeah.
It's a trend of things that since I already have the foundation,
Yeah.
I was hoping to come and apply this and build that out on the cloud side. So that's what I'm asking. Have you heard or do you know any sources that could be an aid for me when it comes to this I guess field or niche?
Yeah. So great question. Great question. Security testing, you do vulnerability assessment. It's not like you're doing auditing. Is that correct? Like you're not like an auditor or anything like that. You're just doing are you using tools like Nessus,
Yeah, those type of things. Nessus, Burp Suite,
Curator?
those layer 7 mainly, and sometimes we do some network testing, like using Nmap and things like that.
Yeah.
So that's why, if there's anything in the cloud that you think I can probably, because I'm not a cloud engineer, I'm not a somebody that like what you're saying, like I come into either Azure or AWS and say, I can come in and I fully understand all of the instances and I can troubleshoot this and that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have that background. What I have is either some of the security concept of how it should work and if there is a vulnerability here or there.
Yeah. Yeah. So there is great opportunity for you in cloud, right? But what I'm going to recommend and advise you to do is we can say that you have a security background, right? I mean, vulnerability testing, management, all that. It's a big field in security, right? So my recommendation to get into cloud, and of course with that you're looking at, becoming, for example, a cloud security engineer, right? I started in AWS not as a solutions architect, but as a support engineer. But guess what? In security. Okay? And what made me stand out was, my security background. Okay? So as a cloud provider, for example, all of them, I'm pretty sure other cloud providers as well, they have like teams dedicated to what? To focusing on security services. Now, looking at you, I can already see you, work, being able to work better with, security services in, for example, AWS. And one that's used for vulnerability management is AWS Inspector Service. Look it up. Okay, the AWS Inspector Service. Have you heard about that service before?
No,
No.
let me
Okay.
know. No, I don't think
No.
so.
Yeah.
AWS inspector? Is that what you
Yes.
said?
Yeah. AWS Inspector or Amazon Inspector. One of the two. So here's what I'm gonna recommend. Start with the CCP. Okay. If you really want to get into cloud, actually you can skip CCP because you already have a technical background. I only recommend cloud practitioner for those that are coming without an IT background. You have a technical background, right? You know about security. Do you understand what we mean by CIA when it comes to cybersecurity or security in general? Do you understand what we mean by CIA, for example?
IA.
CIA.
Cloud. What is it? What is that?
No. In terms of cybersecurity in general, let's say, for example, you're in an interview right now, right? And they ask you, what is the CIA triad, right? Okay, let's not go there. So you have, I can, with vulnerability management, let's say you have the basics. Okay, and when I said CIA, I just mean confidentiality, integrity, and availability.
Confidentiality,
Integrity and
reputation.
yeah,
Is that thing?
right.
It's okay. I got you now. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Right. So yeah, I want to believe that you have the basics, right? So what you need to do now is learn a little bit about cloud, right? And for your level, solutions architect associate. Now, after the solutions architect associate,
I already learned that when I was with you in your courses in Maryland.
nice. But did you get your certification? Did you work toward like sitting for the exam and getting the
I got it certified, but it expired like a couple of months ago because I didn't use it.
Really?
Yeah, it was what 3 years. I got it. Little time flies. I remember.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it like literally expired a couple of months ago because I didn't really use it that much. I was more into the Security Plus and the
Oh, I see. I
CAH,
see.
those type of things.
Do you have your Security Plus?
Yeah, I have even my
You have,
certified.
yeah, you have everything needed to, start with a support engineer role at AWS, for example. Okay, message me after this. Okay, on LinkedIn. Send me a message. Send me your resume. Let me take a look at your resume. Okay. But the track I'll recommend for you is Solutions Architect Associate and uh Security Specialty Cert. Okay. Since you already have the security background, just follow that track. Okay. You don't have to do the Solutions Architect Professional after, or just do the Solutions Architect Associate. Recertify for it if you have to, because you might have forgotten. From what I'm hearing, you may have forgotten some of the things you learned in that, right? So it's okay to go back and try to attempt the exam again, right? After, of course, doing some study. The resources you can use for that, I put in the chat, right? It's all in that article I shared earlier. Um, uh, and also solutions AWS Security Specialty Certification. Okay, AWS Security Specialty Certification. So follow that track, and are you based here in the DMV area?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fairfax.
Lots of job opportunities. Lots of job opportunities in this
Yeah,
area.
but
And I like, you're talking about six-figure salaries.
the
Okay.
thing is, the description is very intimidating. Like the
I
job description they put is like a newspaper, and you're like, oh my god, what
Mm.
is this? What is that? So
Mhm.
you just wanted to, and that's why I thank you for giving us like the insight because
Mm.
as a I guess you can say as a rookie who haven't jumped to the big league yet,
Mhm.
you just wanted to just have people that can actually
Yeah.
give you that, hey, you have what it takes versus just swing it by yourself.
Yeah, you have what it takes, no doubt about that. Okay, so try to recertify for your solutions architect associate and go for the security specialty. Okay, and then start with support engineer roles. Okay, I recommend start with support engineer roles because I really learned a lot in that role myself. Okay, and don't only look for jobs at AWS, right? Look for other companies as well. Other companies are using cloud. They're supporting their clients that are using cloud. So other companies are also looking for support engineers in like networking, databases, security. You just got to keep applying every day, right? When you wake up every day, like I have in that article, no, don't let a day pass you by without applying to 3 to 5 jobs, right? You can search for jobs like cloud support associate, cloud support engineer, and then filter by entry level or filter by associate level on LinkedIn. I only use LinkedIn for jobs. For some reason I don't think about any sites anymore because LinkedIn should be how you sell yourself. Okay? Hiring managers can look at your resume and, like, can you look at your LinkedIn and just message you like, hey, I have this open position. Would you like to speak about it? That's how I got my job at AWS, right? The hiring manager found me on LinkedIn, messaged me, and yeah, here I am today. All right. Next question. I think I can take what time? 2:38. All right. Next person. First person to unmute their audio. Hi. Yeah,
Hello,
you.
hello.
Okay. The first person that said hello. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, it's evening here. My name is Tim Sola and I'm joining in from Lagos, Nigeria.
Lagos, Nigeria. Nice.
Yeah. So, actually, I've been on your Telegram channel for a while now,
Yeah.
and I'm kind of new to the cloud,
Okay.
right? So, currently, we've been following your the resources, the link that you dropped to prepare for the CCP.
Mm-hmm. And the CSA. Yeah. And all that.
CCP
Yeah.
for now. So I'm making use of the resources that you dropped. Normally, I have IT background because I'm a computer science graduate. And
Oh, nice. Nice.
my actual question is, okay, before we started asking question, you made mention of distractions,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I've been able to set that aside now. I'm solely focusing on AWS. So
Good. Please give me 1 second. 1 second. I just noticed there are 4 people on the. Sorry about this. There are 4 people on the what do you call it, Clubhouse. If you want to ask questions, please join. Please join the Zoom link. Okay, I put it in the description for Clubhouse. Yeah. Sorry about. All right, go ahead.
okay, so I've been having those kind of distractions, like, okay, what kind of cloud to learn? Is it the GCP,
Yeah.
the Azure? So I've come to like, okay, study AWS, focus on AWS. So currently, on a group, like a platform, they call them alternate school, where they train for cloud engineers.
Good.
So, and then the fact that they are using, using that platform as additional resources for myself.
Uh-huh.
The cloud they use is AWS, and recently I also got a nano degree on Udacity
Good.
for cloud DevOps too.
Nice.
So that's also AWS. So I don't know if it's still okay that I do my own myself, like study for the actual AWS itself and then get certified with the AWS, or I don't know. All these things, are they not really, I don't know if they are going to be a distraction. Though all of them are aligned, but they have different kind of learning modules. So I don't understand. I need like an advice on that, to not just be beating around the bush and stuff.
Right. Perfect. Yeah. Great question. So the nano degree, it's in cloud computing as well, right? You said DevOps
Yeah.
and AWS related. Good. I mean, it's all AWS related, right? Can someone please unmute their audio? It's like a Windows screen. Yeah. All right. Thanks. So all of those still apply, right? But like you said, right, you want to focus on one thing. I mean, it's good that you mentioned DevOps, right? And that's related to AWS as well, like you mentioned for that nano degree. Yes, yes, yes. Get certified.
It's cloud developer, not the DevOps.
Okay, cloud developer. That's good. Right? And also, I mean, you're coming from a computer science background, right? So it looks to me like, I mean, you would have a resume that's really like, what programming language are you good with? Python, Java, Node?
Okay, actually, I'm not. I'm a network engineer.
Okay.
Just that part. I don't really code.
Okay then.
But
Okay,
I
that's
have
fine.
basic understanding of JavaScript.
JavaScript. Okay, that's fine.
Level.
Yeah. So my recommendation for you is, it's good that you've done all of these different, courses here and there, and the good thing about it that I believe you mentioned is that they're all AWS, right? All of this can go into your resume, okay? But now really try to get certified. Okay, try to get certified. Do you have any background, any experience so far in an IT role, or this is your first job you're looking for?
No.
Fresh
I've
graduate?
worked. Not yet fresh graduate. I've graduated for like 2 years plus now.
Okay.
So I've worked as an IT support.
Okay, IT support. That's good. We all start with IT support. I started here as IT support as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking at probably a freelance or an intern position in the IT support, technical support for now. But I'm still looking now.
Yeah.
So I'm currently doing freelance job now.
That's good. That's good. Freelance job in what do you call them? Internships. Those are great, opportunities to look for as well. I don't know about the cloud job market in Nigeria, but I know a lot of people in Nigeria that are in AWS as well. But I feel like with consistency, right? Get certified and just start applying every day, to jobs in Nigeria. I believe some of the jobs are posted on LinkedIn as well. I don't know how big Nigerian companies post jobs on LinkedIn, but there might be a popular website in Nigeria now, for IT jobs. So leverage those. But for now, try to get certified. Okay. Just because you don't really have that experience yet, certification proves a lot of things, right? Like you're someone who, when you set your mind to something, you get it done. You're certified. There are lots of things you learned in the course of studying for that certification. And hopefully at some point, the goal is just don't give up. Once you get that certification, even before you get that certification, you can put on your resume, you're studying for this certification, it's in progress. When you get certified, remove in progress from your resume, you're certified, and then apply to 3 to 5 or 10 jobs a day. Okay, keep applying, and also, if you're interested as well, look at applying at nearby countries. So I know a lot of Nigerians that are working in South Africa, right? In cloud. Okay, but of course, Nigeria's, you want to stay in Nigeria, and find jobs in Nigeria, of course do that as well. But if you're free, if you're open to like moving and all that, to go get some experience and maybe go back to Nigeria and establish and find a job in Nigeria, after getting that experience. But don't just limit yourself to one place. Even here in the US, I tell people, don't just look for jobs in your own state. Okay, try to see if you can move, right? Just to go get that experience. Come back if you want, right? So think about that. Get certified, and hopefully something should work out at some point. Just don't give up. Yeah, yeah. And like you said, yes, focus on one thing, please. Like just, it's very important. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right. I know it's 2:46, but I'll take one more question because I know there was one more person who had a question earlier before.
Hello. Yeah, hello.
Yeah. Hi.
So I'm Isaac, and I would say the first time I chanced upon your page was about this program. So I'll be checking the article you posted right after this one. Okay, so I also have my CCP and my CAC certifications, but I want to ask about the job descriptions that come. You see, there will be many other things that recruiters will be looking out for. Example, the programming languages that one uses and other thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes it comes down to, and for someone that doesn't have a technical background, you might be thinking of trying to get all those experience before you apply for a job or something like that. So how can one navigate such a terrain?
Yeah. So great question. And I think this is more related to do you need to know about programming before you when you say different, no different. Can you rephrase the question again? Sorry. I'm trying to.
Okay, so it's more about the same thing. The job descriptions that come most requires one to have a programming background or any other experience. And if you are more into cloud or like have been studying about AWS and all that, it becomes a daunting thing for one to go through.
Yeah. So, what I like to say in this regard, or to recommend to people is sometimes you see a job description that's like, why are they asking one person to do all of this, right? How is it even possible that one person knows all of this stuff, right? For most of the job descriptions, I would say look and see if you check 50% of the box. Okay, trust me. If you see that you check 50% of the box, all right, still go ahead and apply. Okay. In cloud, you don't have to know how to write programs. You don't have to be a software developer, okay, to work in cloud. Okay, you do not have to be a software developer. It's nice to have. It's a nice to have, but you don't have to. And that's why in my article, I do have a link to a 4 or 5 hour Python video on YouTube. That video has actually gained, I think, over 20 million views right now. All right. So have basic experience of a programming language, not to an expert level where you're writing programs. Okay, you can write small programs, here and there from what you learn from those courses. But when you see job description that are saying no Java, C++, Jenkins, and then just list a bunch of different things. Okay, as long as you have the technical background, right? You have certifications. Again, you check 50% of the box. Still go ahead and apply to those jobs. Okay. Trust me, for many people, even some of you might be on this call, for the job you have, you didn't check 100%. Nobody checks 100% on job descriptions. Let me just put it that way. Nobody checks 100% on job descriptions. You check 50%, 60%, 70%. You're like, okay, this XYZ thing that they're asking on this job description, I don't know it. So go ahead and apply. Okay. At the end of the day, it's all about being tech savvy. I look at this technical industry and this technical field as being, it's all about just opening documentations and following instructions. It's not difficult. You have to tell yourself it's not difficult. And that's why companies, when they see your resume, that, wow, this person is tech savvy, right? Yes, although he doesn't check XYZ in our job description, let's bring him in for an interview. And from an interview, you land yourself a job, right? So that's what I'm gonna say. I know some people back out when they see like long job descriptions sometimes. Think about what you check out of the book. If you're checking like just 30% of it, I'll say, yeah, move to another role. And also filter. Right? When you're doing your job search, all of these job sites, they allow you to filter by entry level, they allow you to filter by associate, they allow you to filter by expert, using different filter words, right? So filter by entry level, right? Those would be probably the low hanging fruit for you to apply to. And yeah, that's my recommendation. I hope that makes sense. That helps. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. And what country are you in?
I'm in Ghana.
Ghana?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, nice. Is AWS big there, or Azure, or GCP? What's most popular cloud in Ghana?
AWS.
Oh, okay, good. You're on the right track. Yeah.
Yeah.
And use that article. Look at that article. Look at my template resume, and don't stop applying to jobs every day. Don't stop applying to jobs every day.
Sure. Thanks.
All right. You're welcome. All right, guys, it's 2:51. You know what? One more question. Walaikum salam.
Brother Mukhtar, I have a quick question. Do you have any mentors that we can get in contact with? I know you're busy,
Yeah.
but a lot of times I just wanted to know if there was any way we could connect with a mentor that's actually working for AWS, that actually works as a cloud service technician by chance.
Yeah. To be honest, the easiest way for that is connections on LinkedIn. Okay.
On LinkedIn?
Yeah. Hold on one second. I can hear some other people's audio. If everyone can please look at your audio and please go on mute, if you don't mind, please. Okay. Awesome. Thank you. All right. Yeah. So yeah. Yes. For now, I really cannot mentor people one-on-one, but all the resources that I have out there, I mean, it's
I
working.
mean, you have a lot of resources, but
Yeah.
the thing is, if somebody's crunched for time,
Yeah.
like we can't go like step by step because you have a lot of stuff on your that LinkedIn article.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, from A to Z, and like somebody who's crunched on time that's like trying to look for a job immediately.
Yeah.
They won't be able to like your programming Python programming video is like 4 hours long. So
Yeah.
somebody who's crunched for time, it'll take them like a year to go through there. So
That's
I'm just trying to find a more efficient way,
more efficient way.
utilizing my time.
Yeah.
Because I don't know about other people, but I'm married and I work a full-time job.
Right.
And
Right.
like free time is not a leisure that I have right now.
Yeah.
So that's why I was asking about like a mentor,
A mentor.
to see we can get in contact with and like have like like weekly discussions or something like that to find out how to get updates on the cloud servicing field and applying for specific jobs and stuff like that.
Yeah. So here's my recommendation, and I like that you said, it's a lot of resources, but let's rephrase that. Okay. The fact that you're looking at it as a lot of resources, that's gonna make you not to want to, be, how will I put it?
I
Right?
need to like focus my attention on something that I can get a good return back in. That's what I'm
Exactly.
trying to say.
Exactly. Now, don't, and also, I when you were talking, I felt like you're kind of in a, should I say, rush to get a job.
I'm for myself, I'm not in a rush.
Good.
I'm actually currently working, but
Good.
I'm in the IT field, but it's not like a help desk or something. Like it's more like a less technical position.
Okay.
So, and I've been in that position for like 2 years now, and
Yeah.
I'm like in a dead end. And I'm trying to, get that, six-figure salary you're talking about. Because I don't know about you, but living in Northern Virginia is not cheap.
It's not.
So
Yeah.
you need to have at least a six-figure salary to survive.
Yeah.
Here in this
Yeah.
area now.
Yeah. And
So I'm just talking off based off of my experience.
Mhm.
I actually did your live classes like
Nice.
a couple years back, and I have like a certified cloud solutions architect,
Okay.
associate certificate. But
Okay.
I haven't. I'm gonna be honest with you. After I got it, I tried applying,
Mhm.
but I saw that not a lot of companies during that time were using AWS cloud services for their cloud computing technology. So I tailored my resume for more like help desk type positions.
Oh.
Because I saw there was a lot more postings for that.
Okay.
I also have Security Plus certification.
Mhm.
So I made a detour into help desk, system admin type positions because for me the cloud servicing at that time I didn't have a job and I had to look for a job like real quickly. I had kids and I had to support a family. So I actually I tried applying for that, and I'm working with a mortgage company right now, but I'm doing a desktop application specialist job. It's not technical, it just has to do with their loan application. I'm like an expert in their application and how it works. So like I'm more. The thing is like I want to do cloud servicing, cloud services, a position in that. But I feel like I'm like pigeonholing myself into one field, and I don't know about other people, but I feel like it's like limiting my ability to get a job because I'm keeping myself only stuck in that field. And I don't feel like a lot of like private companies that aren't Amazon or dealing with cloud services. Like I can't, like some other companies they utilize Azure for cloud servicing.
Yeah.
So like I feel like I pigeonhole myself to only AWS cloud services.
Yeah. So here's what I'm gonna say. Yes, focus on just one thing. Don't worry about the Azure for now, especially if you're in Northern Virginia, right? The AWS market is huge. Now, again, when you look at that article, don't say it's a lot of resources. Schedule only 30 minutes a day, okay, or an hour. Now, don't try to say, I'm looking to get a job in 1 month or in 2 months or in 3 months. Continue to do the IT help desk that you're doing, right? And give yourself a goal of a year or so, but you need to be focused on doing one thing. Okay, you need to be focused on doing just one thing, AWS, and being good at it. Okay, look at your LinkedIn profile. When was the last time you posted about something you learned in AWS? Right?
I never. I mean, I look on LinkedIn, but only for like job postings.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
do like
Exactly. So you need to sell
article posting
yourself.
or something like that.
Yes, sell yourself on LinkedIn. Write posts about everything you're learning about cloud. Just go back. I don't know if you've done it before. Go back and look at that article again, and don't do anything else. Right? Just focus on AWS. Focus on being good at AWS. Get the certifications. You don't need to get the certifications to apply to jobs, right? But put the skills on your resume, like I've done in my template resume. You have to not stop applying to jobs every day. There are thousands of job postings every day, especially if you're in the DMV area, right? In the DMV area, okay? 6 months, give yourself 6 months, right? Because you already have the certification from before and you have Security Plus. 6 months from now on, hopefully you should be able to get a job, right? But just make sure you follow everything I have in that article. Don't do anything else, right? Get your AWS certifications, keep applying to jobs, and trust me, you would get something. When about mentorship, connect with people on LinkedIn, right? And I wish I could, like say, okay, I'm gonna be a one-on-one mentor, but this is how I'm making it more for everyone, right? So come here every weekend. Maybe come give me an update here on this call, right? Talk about your progress, okay? Share with everyone to motivate everyone as well and keep everyone like in the same mood of
Brother Mukhtar, I
yeah.
have a question. I know you used to do
I
like live videos before.
yeah.
So you're not doing those anymore?
No, I'm working on a on-demand course right now.
So
Right.
for someone who wants to do like a refresher on your cloud services classes that you used to have, like
Yeah.
what do they do now? Since you don't have videos or anything like that.
What you do now is wait for my announcement. Wait for my announcement for my cloud and Linux course, on-demand course, and also cloud computing. Cybersecurity and cloud security course. I'm working on the videos right now, and hopefully, I'm maybe end of May, June, I'll release the courses, and those courses are going to be regularly updated, right? Based on feedback from students as well, and also we'll have like an hour or an hour and a half session, live session like this, so the students can come in, talk to me, share their experiences so far, help me with improving the course, and yeah, hopefully that will become something big that I'll just continue to do.
Every Sunday.
Yeah, I'll do that sometime during the weekend, but I haven't figured that out yet. But yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing now. Yeah, no more live classes.
So I have the certification, but like it's been like a year or 2 years since I've even like refreshed over. I've basically like forgotten a lot of the stuff I've learned because I haven't used it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Especially like work wise and stuff like that. I don't use any of that stuff. So that's why I was interested if you had like a live class to refresh all the stuff that we learned.
Yeah.
Creating instances and S3 and everything.
Yeah. So yeah, just wait for the on-demand course. My YouTube videos are still relevant to some extent, right? Again, some things might have changed on the screen, but for you, it should be easy for you to just re-grasp the concepts and all that because you've already done it before, right? So sorry, it's 3:01 now. Yeah. So let's talk again.
To those videos by chance?
Message me on LinkedIn and I'll send it to you. It's in that article. It's in that article actually. It's in that article. Yeah. It's in the article I shared here. Let me see. It's all the way up in the chat. Wow, I see a lot of chat here. Sorry everyone. Yeah, I'm not able to look at the chats, but if you have questions, you just feel free to ask me live here. But we'll stop here for today. Next weekend, please come back. Yeah, hopefully I'm able to get to all of your questions. I'll try as much as possible, to extend the time. I know 45 minutes is not really a lot. Like almost every session right now, it gets to like 3 o'clock and even more than that. So, but thank you all for joining. I'll put this video up on YouTube. The previous sessions are also on YouTube. But yeah, keep that article. LinkedIn. Please tag me in your post. I want to see what you're learning, what you're doing every day. You don't have a one-on-one mentor, but this is the best I can do, right? Tag me in your post. I have over combined followers and connections, I think over 12,000 right now, right? When I share your post, people will like, recruiters will see your post and all that, but really think about doing that. And don't forget the article thing I mentioned. It's really not hard to write an article. You're just writing an article about maybe you learn how to host an application on AWS, on EC2, right? Or, in ECS or other services like that. And then you write an article about it, right? And let someone learn from your article. That will really, really make you stand out. Okay? LinkedIn. That's all from me for today. Thank you all, and I'll see you all hopefully next Sunday if I don't postpone. All right. Thanks, everyone. Talk to you all soon. Thanks. Bye.